forum, but there is a forum on a different network somewhere where maybe Nene could, I mean, look, she's got to tame herself though, because it's not about you. I mean, that's the problem. It's
right.
That's the problem with Bethany. Like you said, like you have to be likable as a host, and it's like Bethany doing her Rewives podcast. Like, okay, you're not even going to be watching yourself, but at least it's Housewives. At least it could kind of be about you because you were in that thing, whether it's you're doing the table flip but right, like when Bethany's interviewing, Gwyneth Paltrow, it's shut up. Nobody cares about your life experience. So that's what Nene would have to curb and couldn't get, like, it's not
And
about her.
what makes these people so fun to watch is they cannot control themselves. They can't, Nene is not going to give an inch to a Candy, to a Kenya, I mean, even if they deserve it, because Nene just can't even help herself. She now wants to be in the spotlight. Bethany's the same way. Bethany believes she's just bigger than life. And maybe she is. I was on her TikTok looking at her announcement of this new podcast. Her fans can't wait, and she's got thousands of them. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I would give Bethany a go at a talk show, but she's already had one and it didn't work. So maybe she isn't that likable.
And you're saying Nene's reputation in the industry is that she's difficult. Anything else?
Well, again, this is like alleged, and I actually, okay, I retract that statement because I don't, it's hard for me to say that because I've never worked with Nene. But I can tell you've worked in HR. It's not good when you sue a network.
I've said this. No, it's not. It's not. It's like if you sue, like I used to run HR, like besides the Martha Stewart, like at an advertising agency. And it was like a huge agency, but it was a division of Omnicom. So Omnicom advertising is huge. So say that like the office that I ran was like 300, 400 people, a standalone advertising agency. We had like maybe 25 others. Like advertising is only owned by a few holding companies, like this one and that one. So it's like once you sue this company, there's now like 40 companies, maybe 50 or 60 worldwide that you could just never work for again, ever. You've sued. There's an actual lawsuit that says verse Omnicom. So yeah, like it's in your file. So now when you apply for a job, and I'm not saying don't sue, I'm just saying, yeah, you don't come back from that. I still stand by. I don't know about other networks. I don't think she will ever be allowed on Bravo and NBC. Again,
I'd hire her.
I know you would. And I'm not saying I would hire her here I would hire her here behind the velvet rope. Look,
she's television gold, but I just want to, okay. Like now I'm feeling like I'm second guessing myself, but I don't want to say anything about Nene. Like it's all hearsay. And like, I have never interacted with her. So I don't want to say anything about what allegedly people say. I no.
You know what though? Is Sarah afraid of a lawsuit here today?
Yes.
After we talk.
I don't want to get sick. I love all these people. And I'm really trying to I love gossip. I love talking about people, but I'm trying not to put out things in the universe that like, I really don't know for a fact, because I haven't interacted with them. There's, when there's a news story and we're kind of speculating about it, fine. But when it comes to someone's personal character, I just, because maybe someday in the future, you and I work with Nene. I don't want to be like, oh,
by the way, I have a job for Nene. And I mean, I'm being very serious. Now, I mean, would I go into this? I'm not going to sign anything. I don't want any lawsuit. But yes, I'm not going to sign any contract, but
I'd sign something.
And there's compensation. So someone get me Nene on the phone. I would do a weekly recap with Nene on RHOA when it comes back on.
Genius.
Right here behind the velvet rope. I'm ready to do that. I don't know why on that point Nene doesn't rewife. I mean, everybody's doing it, but again, it can't be nasty and bitter. Like you have to see, look, what Bethany's doing is different, right? But like if you're going to recap, you have to give some props. It can't just be like, when I was on the show, Candy sucks. Look at Kenya. There's Drew. Look at Drew. I mean, she can't trash the whole season if you're going to do a podcast. you can critically look at it and have snarky comments, but you got to give some props to somebody, right? So, but if she pulled like just, she would be great recapping our HOA, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think the thing that sets Nene and Bethany apart is they can talk about a lot more than just housewives. But yes, that's what they're known for. But anyway,
Well,
look,
according to all Bethany's haters, like Carol Raswell and Countess Luann and everyone else, Bethany failed at life, and now this is the only thing that's helping. I mean, that's pretty much what they said. Should we move on to the P, your
yes.
favorite girls? And there's a lot going on with the P. I have to be honest, I'm a little behind on the P. Are you caught up on the P?
I'm caught up on the P.
Really? Tell me what's going on in the P. I gotta catch up.
I mean, I love my girls in the P so much, but it's a funny season. It's still doing very well in the ratings. Look, why is it a funny season? You know, look, Michael Darby deserves an applause. I mean, Michael Darby kept us interested. I wanted to know who Michael Darby was fucking. He was obviously down to fuck everybody. I miss Michael Darby. And I miss Monique. I'm just going to be straight. You know, we're at this weird, funky storyline of trying to accuse Chris Bassett of hopping in Ashley's DMs, which he did not do. He responded to an Instagram story, which we all do.
Ashley or Giselle's?
Ashley. He was in Ashley's.
Wow.
So Ashley put up a story. She was out partying. Chris Bassett now manages the W Hotel rooftop in Washington, D.C. This is the hottest. It is one of the hottest spots in all of D.C. I lived there for 15 years. When you went to POV Lounge at the W, it overlooks the White House. I mean, you see the secret security guards. You're that close to the White House with their machine guns or whatever they've got on the top of the White House patrol. I mean, it's the greatest view of the city. He is running this lounge. So Ashley was out one night with her girlfriends. He sees that and he says, you all should have come to the W. He is not sliding in her DMs, but I mean, I don't know. It's just not a good storyline. Candace is on social media this week saying, you know, Giselle has no storyline. And I don't know. I'm with Candy Gal. It's like, how many more? And I know the network and Andy, they loved. I mean, Giselle is it. I will speak to this rumor. I have heard that from everybody in DC, Washington, DC, that works on that show. They say Giselle and Andy are very tight and Andy loves her. But I mean, how much more? I mean, she has.
Why though? Why does he love her?
I don't know.
Is it because I mean, they're all pretty. Is it, why doesn't he love Candace? Why doesn't he love, he don't love Candace. Why doesn't he love Wendy? I mean, Giselle was there first, but I mean, the Grand Dame is still there. Ashley was there in the beginning. Why? So was Robin. Why? And I'm not knocking Giselle. I just like, what is that? Like, I get why he loves Luann. You know, they live near each other in Sag Harbor, where I live. They're right down the street from each other. He knew Luann for years before she was a housewife, before this thing even existed. So I understand, like, that